The announcement we've all been waiting for since the start of this week is finally here. Liam Delap officially is a Chelsea player, and I'm here to talk what his signing means and all things Liam Delap signing for Chelsea. So if you guys are gassed, excited about this signing, and excited for more big names to come this window, smash the hell out of this like button. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get straight into things. To do things right, I think it's only fair that we turn our attentions now to the club's official website to learn some of the first words from Liam Delap after signing for us. And as he states right here, he said, I understand the stature of this club, and I can see the trajectory it is on with these players and the head coach. It's going to be an incredible place for me to develop, and I hope to achieve amazing things here and help the club win more trophies. Now, if you guys remember, as I covered these reports, Maresca told Liam Delap during our Conference League final to pay attention and envision what it would be like to lead the line of this team. Obviously, it would have been great for Delap to see us lifting silverware because it's a tangible thing now. And it really just, I think for all of us, signifies that this is the platform now that we push off from and go on to bigger and better things. That psychological hurdle you're getting over now of securing your first piece of silverware, all that hard work and sacrifice that you put into every single season, the disappointments that you faced already, lifting that silverware, no matter how significant it is, you're picking up something, yeah, with both hands that literally signifies all the hard work, blood and sweat you've put into things. So it's great to see that Delap was watching the team and watching his future teammates. And as we know, this guy has many friends at this football club. Um, we're basically becoming like a bit of a Man City B team at this rate. So I definitely think he made the right choice coming here in the end. And it's good to know that it's going to be quite easy for him to acclimatize to this environment, and he won't need a lot of time to get used to things. But obviously, going back to the club's website, little stats and details here in case you guys have been living under a rock. Yes, he came from Man City's academy after joining from Derby County's academy. Standout stats like scoring 24 goals in 20 Premier League 2 matches. He scored on his debut for the Man City senior side in the League Cup. He's been a bit of a prodigy in the coaching scene now, the youth circle now, for quite a long time. So even though some of his numbers were a bit, small at Hull City, only scoring 8 goals in the championship, it's not really a true reflection of his ability and what he can bring, right? So yeah, it's really good to see that Delap now is finally our player. And most importantly, we signed the player that we probably need the most in anticipation for the Club World Cup now. And that was another striker. I think Nico Jackson, listen, there's a lot more to come from him, but I think I learned my lesson. He always needed competition. And I simply see it like this, man. All those times you're running on MC or you're out of form, it's probably best for you to get out of the team instead of trying to force your bad form out your system, because it doesn't really work like that. I think the best way to get out of bad form is when you have someone in front of you taking your first team spot, taking that spot away from you. You want to get back in that team. That is your spot, yeah? So it just kind of just changes you psychologically to go from a defeatist, languid type of mentality to I need to stop feeling sorry for myself. I need to pick myself off the ground. I have to start going at this because I want to be in this team again. And I really feel like this is where Delap and Nico Jackson, if Nico's still going to be here, obviously make sure you guys watch my latest video on the big updates on Hugo Ekitike. That's going to be pretty interesting to know whether all three might coexist. Is Nico Jackson potentially going to go on the left flank? Or is he going to be out of here to make way for a new strike force, which I don't think a lot of us were anticipating at the time, right? But, let's go on to continue this conversation on the lap. We have a few more photos coming out now, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit of a nerd. I always collect these photos, these 4K renders and images. I've got like this massive database of all these photos over the years. Hopefully it will be of some use in the future or when I'm an old man or something like that. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, this new home kit, I still haven't got it yet, which is criminal on my part. But yeah, he's making this look really good right now, I have to say. Moving on to the other photos of him, man. That's him at Stamford Bridge. And of course, that's him signing the fake contracts. Actually, nah, of course, it's not the actual contracts, right? Or is it? Bro, I've been working all day today. My brain is not working as quick as it should be right now. But honestly, man, it's a shame that this move couldn't have come in January when we really needed a striker. It's a good thing that we still was able to get by without having one. Obviously, we had our moments, but it's great to know that already the club are actively not wasting time in pursuing targets, because I didn't want a window where we're waiting until right at the end of the transfer window to bring in targets like we always do. I get a bit sick and tired of that, to be honest with you. But going back to the club's official website, we're learning more context and more details behind Delap and his move. I like how the club do this. And Liam Delap shares a few more insights about his life. He says, "It's a lifetime of growth. Since I was 8 or 9 years old, I was focused on football. I never wanted to do anything else, and I've given everything I could to make it happen. It's such a long and hard period, and things can be tough for you, but I've always enjoyed it. I just love football. I'd be playing with my mates if I wasn't a professional. So yeah, I was doing it for the love of the game. Obviously, if you guys were unfamiliar, his dad's is obviously Rory Delap. You'll never forget that guy and his famous long throws at Stoke City. Crazy stuff. But as he goes on to state, some of my earliest memories are watching my dad play and launching throws for Stoke at the Britannia. We tried to get as many games as possible, and I had a great upbringing in that I was so close to it all. It gave me that feeling of football early. It was incredible and something I wanted, but I knew it wouldn't be easy. I had to work hard for it. I owe both my mum and dad so much. I've got a younger brother and sister, and while my dad was playing, my mum was so important to balance us and make sure we got to where we are today. I can't repay them enough, but I'm sure they are very proud, and this is what makes me happy." That's a nice feel good moment. You know what I mean? Like regardless of maybe advantages you might have if you're the son of a football player, there's millions of pro players that have kids that never made it in the game. So I don't even know if I can like necessarily use that against him, to be fair with you. He said it himself. There's sacrifice in this game. When your mum's, your parents are sacrificing to get you to training sessions, your tournaments across the country, games across the country, games internationally as well too. If you're at the academies, from a young age, it's not easy. It's not easy. It does take a lot of sacrifice. It takes a strong family unit to be able to get to this level. So it's always nice when I see players acknowledging the sacrifices their parents make. I think that says a lot about the character, and I do think that Delap's mentality is exactly what is needed at Chelsea. But before I just give a few thoughts and opinions on this game, let's just end things with a few more quotes from him. Obviously, you know, with Aguero and Haaland leading the City attack, maybe it made sense for Delap now to think about his future elsewhere. And he himself said, "Listen, I had a few loans. I learned a lot from them. You are a mixture of all these different experiences. So I've taken little bits from everywhere I've been and then built it in together as one. I'm always learning and I'm always developing." And just to end with the final few quotes, my guys. Obviously, great debut season at Ipswich, really announcing himself. You guys are seeing the goals on screen for Sammy on the right hand side. Yeah, he was a real nightmare for a lot of these defenders in the Premier League. As he says, the most important thing for me last summer was going somewhere where I could play a lot of minutes. That was the opportunity I felt I needed to go and express myself and show the player I am. Ipswich gave me that opportunity, which was so important, and I'm grateful for that. And the final quotes being, my guys, growing up watching Chelsea Football Club, I understand the stature of it and how incredible it has been over the years. I wanted to come here to win trophies. When I spoke to the club, everyone wanted to get back to the very top. They have the quality and players to do that, the hunger and desire to keep adding trophies, to take the club back to where it belongs. That is the main objective. I'm not going to lie, you guys, I like that he already understands the assignment already. It's good. He's come from Man City, bro. Like, Man City's academy is up there with ours. He's understood since he was a kid what it's about to win. So I just want to like share a few footballing thoughts before I end this video. And I think one thing that I like about this signing, especially now that I know that we're signing two strikers. Originally, I thought it would only be one. I was thinking, is Delap and Nico the one I want? If I had to keep Nico, I'm probably signing an upgrade to Delap. But knowing that it can now be Delap and Ekitike at the moment, I think is really, really exciting stuff. You know, the two strikers that play that advanced forward role, but they both bring their own individual qualities. I think the fact that Delap is so good at using his body, using his advantages, using his strength. I've been saying this, he bullies defenders. He bullies defenders. He's knocking defenders to the ground. He relishes that battle. He has that little bit of what's that Italian word? Is it grinta or the Argentinian word? Like grinta to his game. Yeah, that little bit of aggression. That little bit of animosity. He's not going to get bullied on that field. He's going to assert himself. And I think you need to have that type of personality sometimes when you're performing at the very top. I mean, it really is going to benefit us to have this type of personality and character in the team. But it's going to benefit us the most that he already understands what is expected from him under Enzo Maresca. He doesn't have to learn the setup. He doesn't have to get familiarize himself over the course of months. People have maybe used his form against Ipswich too much against him because you have to understand they're a relegated team. They have to simplify how they play to their few strengths they have in a league where the quality vastly outweighs them. And they were like, listen, Delap, you're our best player. We're going to give you more freedom to shine and play. Realistically, you're not going to be ending your career here, but we're going to give you the perfect platform to showcase what you're really about, to learn, develop, and grow. I can imagine for sure these are the words that McKenna said to him and they signed him for Man City. And you're going to have an amazing career at Ipswich that will put you on to be going to the top and becoming an England's international. And certain players like this, man, they care about their legacy. These are the targets they set themselves. Yeah, they're not here for participation minutes or trophies. He's come here and he will feel like he can beat Ekitike or anyone to that number one spot. And he might have that advantage. But you know what? It's going to be so refreshing after how many years seeing strikers getting rotated. Seeing a striker coming off for another striker coming on and having probably the same level of quality from the first minute to the last minute as you have two hungry strikers around the same age vying it out for the number one spot. This is great stuff. I'm even thinking about these little nerdy things like, let's say there's difficult games where we have to throw on two strikers for the last 20 minutes. You can do that because these guys won't be taking each other's spots and positions on the field. They're going to complement each other. That's what I really like. So honestly, I think this is good business, £30 million. Listen, it's grown on me more. And contextually, now that I've learned that, we are still going to sign other players, it's like, okay, Gittins, Delap, I'm seeing you a bit differently. I'm seeing what you can offer us over the next few years. And Delap, I think, will be, for sure, a bit of a fan favorite. The Chelsea fans are going to absolutely love him. And I think he's going to just start firing from day one. He's got that type of inner belief and confidence in himself. So my friends, that's it, man. Liam Delap is officially our player. Share your thoughts and opinions below, and I will catch you guys later with some more videos. Stay tuned. Love.